Salaki, I got cut off in a phone call, but like I was saying, you might get invited, by your family of the world, to come to the Thanksgiving dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. Paul spoke, on um, Paul spoke on things like that. You're not eating it in homage of the damn Thanksgiving feast. You're not, this is in homage of the killing of our Thanksgiving of our native tribes. You not in the spirit like that. Like some of these niggas will have you to believe. Like have Jake to believe. If our people invite us and they know you in the truth, been in it for years, and they know you against ham, they know you against pork, they know you against all that. So if they invite you, they may put something aside to you, ain't got no type of abominations on it. You can eat that, man. Scriptures tell you, be not righteous over much, man. It's just fucking food, man. It's how your heart and your mind is towards it. You're not eating it, and man, this is for the dedication of the slaughter of the tribes. Like, this is why I'm eating it. No. And if they was to be at the table, let's gather hands and hold hands and pray. I'm not here for all that, because a lot of this stuff on this table is not righteous. You don't be a part of that. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this is righteous, and that's it. You're not here for. You're not in the spirit as the world, man. We in the spirit of Jehu over here. Remember Jehu? He disguised himself like he was a worshiper of Baal, and he killed all them motherfuckers up in there. When he tried to get the worshipers of Baal back in Kings, man. But this is Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach Yahushai. Right, we got to beware, of this world, of these Thanksgiving feasts on how, it's a homage to the tribes and killing. You got to beware of that. You got to know what you worshiping. Birthdays, Easter, Independence Day, you got to be mindful of what these things are, and you got to be in the spirit, like, to know, like, if somebody invites you to a goddamn 4th of July, they cooking some, yeah, I'm gonna go get some, man. The Lord knows your spirit ain't, oh, I'm about to hold hands, I'm about to be popping fireworks. No. You at the goddamn Thanksgiving feast and shit, you cutting the ham and shit. You going off, man. You ain't supposed to be doing that. You take the first slice. Nah, hell no. You know what I'm saying? You get what's lawful, and that's it. And then y'all say, hey, what's up, auntie? You just keeping the peace. Did not the Lord say, what good is it if you salute them that only salute you? Do not sinners do the same? You just keep the peace, man. They invite you, oh, hey, what's up? Because you might need them one day. You may fall in some type of hardship, and you may knew somebody before you came in the truth with that was in the world, a family member. They may have helped you financially or helped you find a gig or something with your car, whatever. You just keep the peace, man. That's it. You move wisely, but you don't do things to cause you to walk in the way wherein you may fall. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it with that. Let me see if I can find that. May as fall. You don't go in a way where you may cause yourself to fall. And I'm gonna end it with that one. Here it is. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 32, verse 20. Go not in a way wherein thou mayest fall, and stumble not among the stones. Right. Don't do anything that if I do this, it's going to cause me to go off. If you feel like you don't want to go, don't go. But a brother is not going off if he's invited and he goes and he has a plate of food prepared for him, set aside for him, you know, you're not going off. Long as you are staying in the spirit. The scriptures say, if thou be, matter of fact, let me get that too. If thou be amongst the indiscreet, observe the time. Let me see. Here it is. This is Sirach chapter 27, verse 12. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding. See, that's what it's about. You know, about being amongst men of understanding. But there may be a time where you may be invited to one of these feasts. Okay, you may be beseeched to go, you know. You just observe the time, you know. All right, I'm going to be here for a little bit, you know. The indiscreet is the unwise, you know. Let's look up this word indiscreet. Having or showing, it says immodest, all right. Let's go to the etymon real quick. Indiscreet. It says imprudent, not discreet, lacking good judgment, you know. That's the 2/3, you know. They're not discreet. They lack judgment. You see them when they at the Thanksgiving dinner. They eating ham, pork. That's not being discreet. But you're amongst them and you're observing the time. But we have to be amongst men of understanding. That's what it's about. Let as the scriptures say, let goodly men eat and drink at thy table. You know, but hey, if you invited, shit, you was invited, hey, you ain't going off, you know, long as you ain't eating no goddamn abominations, you know, and the Most High know where your spirit is at, and you ain't giving homage to no goddamn William Bradley old folk tradition, you know. But anyways, you know, I just wanted to speak on that real quick, you know, nothing too long. You know, these devils is going into fucking slavery, man. They have no part with us. These damn Edomites, man. They gonna pay, man. They gonna serve out the curses that was poured on us, that's gonna be poured on them. They ain't gonna have no damn joint salvation. Here it is, each and every year, they still celebrating this shit. William Bradley was an Edomite, man. Okay? But these other nations gonna have salvation. Simultaneous salvation. Shut the hell up, man. Call all Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Hakudash. Double honors into my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect. Until next one, I say Shalom.